Hi there, Scott Wilder here, and welcome to Customer-Led Groove, orchestrated by Base, videocast, podcast of the latest trends in customer marketing and in advocacy. And today, I'm honored to have BT, Barbara Thomas, here to tell us all about her experiences, what's going on today in the marketplace, and a few other things. BT, introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Barbara Thomas, but as you can tell, I go by BT. I have been in customer advocacy area of marketing for over 25 years. I am a subject matter expert to the point where I can literally say I've written the book on the subject matter. So my book is Advocate Marketing, published by Pearson Publishers.
I highly recommend it. I've read it twice. It's one of the many books on the bookshelf next to my desk, which a lot of things are next to my desk, but that's there too. So why don't we just start a little bit, since you've been in customer marketing, customer advocacy for several decades, 2 decades. Tell us a little bit about your journey, how you got started, and how you got to where you are today.
My journey literally started with a strategic advocate. I didn't know he was a strategic advocate at the time, but we had teamed up with a gentleman when I was at a security company. This is back in 2000, 2001. And he agreed to help us with several of our marketing activities that we needed someone to help us with. And we in turn helped him with his career goals. He had the goal to be CIO, CISO, and then CIO. And we had the need for someone to do interviews, to do bylines with us, to do webinars with us, a lot of promotional activities. And so we got together, made this informal agreement with him, and we were able to succeed with getting a lot of press, a lot of attention by having him be engaged. And my first entrance into advocate marketing or customer advocacy was through strategic advocate.
Interesting. Do you think others get to customer marketing, customer advocacy that way, or did you kind of take a different? Yeah.
No. I think a lot of them get there through asking a customer to do a case study or asking them to be a reference. My entrance into the industry was very unique, very different. I loved it. I was doing direct marketing, working in Marketo, working in Salesforce, doing a lot of that, the campaign kind of work. And I just adored working with the customer and got hooked from there. My next big step into advocacy was when my CMO at a environmental health and safety and contingency planning organization, he came to me asking, hey, we have an issue with getting press releases. Customers just aren't talking, willing to do press releases with us. And so I thought about it. I actually read a book by Bob Nelson, 1001 Ways to motivate your employees. And from there, I learned the 3R rule, which is to recognize your customer or your employee, respect your customer, your employee, and to reward your customer, or your employee. So those 3 R's, recognition, respect, and reward, is exactly what I did when I developed the award program, the Excellence Award program that I came up with back in 2005. And we went from 8 press releases to 18 in a matter of a couple of months. And then it tripled after that, because with every award you're giving out, you're doing a press release, you're doing other content. And so it just became a content machine for me at that point.
I like that. Like a lot of times when we're talking about awards or content, we talk about reusing content, but it's not very often I hear somebody in a customer with a customer marketing hat on who talks about the power of press releases and things like that. So a nice addition there. So you and I have had, many conversations in the last few years, and you're researching, diving into this area that I think is really exciting. I would love you to share it with other folks here, which is the Triad. So could you tell us a little bit about the Triad?
Oh my God, this is my favorite, and it actually involves the award program. I call it the power triad, and I'm actually going to do a symbol of a triangle.
New way to say
It's
hi.
it's when you have your customer advocacy, it's when you have your customer advocacy converging with your partner advocacy and your employee advocacy groups. There are 3 main groups that do advocacy for an organization. You have third-party validation from these 3 different perspectives. You have basically advocacy cubed to the third power. It's amazing to witness when it all comes together. Customer advocacy is when your advocates provide references and content. Your partner advocacy is when they bring their clients to you to do content, or to be that reference, to be that third party validation for you as a benefit. And then you have the employee advocacy. This is when you need employees to complete surveys to win awards for like the best employer, or the best place to work. Employees recommend potential hires. It could be friends of theirs, or family prospects that they know that they're working with. Activities like these are where an organization really needs their support, and to get the third party validation, which is basically what advocacy is. That's the root of what advocacy really is, third party validation. And it can come in various formats. And that's where the power triad it's very powerful.
Do you think there's a kind of sequential process or order that companies go through? For example, at my company, we obviously, have our own advocacy infrastructure we're putting in, but then we're talking about employee advocacy. Do you think that's kind of the normal way it happens, or is it more, hey guys, we got these 3 constituents, we need to figure out how to bring them, to get economies of scale, and also there might be overlap too, right? And for partners and customers, for example. How do you think companies really approach these?
It's always been disparate, and it's never been organized, rarely organized.
Mhm.
I have yet to come across any company that truly recognizes the power triad and continually manages it. Um, I, if someone's out there that does this, please call me, contact me. I want to hear from you. I want to learn from you. It's the only time I really see companies leverage the power triad is, well, there's a couple. One is an award program when there's an event and they let in both partners and their customers and their employees. When you have all three of those audiences together, this is where the synergy becomes important and the power really begins to radiate. It's, well, for example, when I did the award program, partners wanted to sponsor it. They wanted VIP tables. They wanted their customers to win the awards. The employees wanted to make sure their customers were being recognized, that they were also helping as co-speakers, presenters during sessions at, we added the award program as the grand finale of our user group meetings. So employees were making sure their clients, their advocates were part of the hands-on labs that we would set up, doing demos, that they were part of the sessions, they were speakers at the sessions, and also they were bringing them in, trying to recruit them into our organization as potential employees. So that was the employee advocacy going on. So you had the partner advocacy going on, the employee advocacy going on, and then you had the customer advocacy going on, where they were ready and willing to be part of that presentation, to engage with everybody at the event, to showcase their thought leadership, to help educate others, to validate product roadmaps, and to collaborate with people there. That is one area where I really see the power triad at play when you have an event like that. Another area is when you have an online community, when you have a community where there's a knowledge base and everyone is feeding that knowledge that they have as thought leaders into the knowledge base of the community. People answering questions, helping new customers, or helping to onboard them or answer any kind of support questions. That's where you have partners helping to answer questions, employees answering questions, and you also have your customers who are all advocating inside of this community.
You know, as I'm listening to you talk, an image is popping in my head. And I think for Christmas, I'm going to help you circulate, sell, market t-shirts. It says BT recommends PT. But what I really like about all this is that, you know, and you mentioned community. So when I've worked on communities, the partners are really a key ingredient in all this in terms of the answer people, the people who are providing content and answers on the community to customers. And those could be, you know, the partners at Intuit. They had a different name for them. For example, they were the pro advisors, accountants at Google. They were the AdWords folks. So I like that a lot. And then the other thing too is in all our kind of advocacy programs, community programs, customer marketing programs, we forget often, or maybe it doesn't get mentioned. People haven't forgotten. They just don't mention it. The power and the magic of employees, and how employees are really generating a lot of, you know, a lot of the momentum. And, you know, there's obviously been a lot of research that says happy employees leads to happy customers and things like that. Any other kind of words of wisdom in terms of how companies could potentially operationalize this?
Well, it has to be purposeful. First of all, they have to recognize it. A lot of people don't even think about this. I It's not like I have a lot of time to sit down and think about these things, but I am an ideator and I do solve mysteries and puzzles. And so when something comes up that gets me thinking about how can I do more, get more, leverage more, this is one of those items that just popped into my head and I started thinking about it. Um, they 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 need to, first of all, learn about it, recognize it, think about it, and realize how they might be able to leverage it themselves. A lot of people like to keep partners separate and separate from my customers and separate from my employees. Um, I think that's the wrong approach. I think you should blend as many different advocacy groups as you can together, um, so that it will be more powerful, that we learn from each other and that we leverage each other's skill sets and knowledge and abilities. Uh, Everyone brings something new and different to the table. And even if it is a little bit redundant, that's okay, because that redundancy shows you, oh, this is needed. Because you have it identified as redundant, then, oh yeah, this makes sense, it's needed. Um, I don't know if that makes any sense
Yeah,
to you, Scott, if I'm even answering your question,
yeah,
but
no, it makes a lot of sense. And I think this, another trend, I think this BT brings you PT trend will happen. And I also think that customer and partner marketing organizationally is already some people are already considering it. I think we're still at the early stages of it. When I was at
I do too.
HubSpot,
Yeah. Yeah.
HubSpot put the two together. And because of the HubSpot ecosystem, now some of their companies, partners, et cetera, are looking at that model as well. And we have one or two clients that do it as well. So really interesting. Anything else in terms of the power triad, like when it comes to metrics or anything like that you want to share?
Well, I do like the term ecosystem that you brought up. And when you have those three circles of overlaying ecosystems together, that sweet spot in the middle is the most powerful. I like that visual and that terminology. And don't be surprised if I steal it for my next blog, my next content.
There is no
Um,
stealing. There's sharing. Don't be surprised if I have a T-shirt that says.
yeah, we'll do t-shirts with the three circles.
So I wanted to ask you also, so you've highlighted some, potential emerging trends. Are there other things that you think are happening in the customer marketing space right now that practitioners and VPs and CMOs should pay attention to?
I do. I do. There are a couple of trends, some good, some bad. Bad trend, when your executive team keeps looking for increase in number of references, just for the sake of watching a number go up. I worked with a client where we would have thousands and thousands of references for a product. There was a lot of dissatisfaction because they never got called. They joined a club and basically they were never called to be a reference. They never got the networking opportunity. They never got to do a story because they weren't this big recognized brand. And they, part of the pitch of being recruited is that you're going to meet others in your industry and network with others and all of these other benefits that they were told. And they were just a number. They were just coming in as a head count and a number because that's what executives wanted to see. That trend has got to stop because that's not meaningful. And that gives a reference program, all reference programs, a bad reputation. So that's one thing I want to share and I want to get out there. Don't recruit just for the sake of recruiting, just to get another hash mark for the executive team. Make it meaningful.
I really like that it's quality over quantity, but you said something too that I think few companies do is why not have the people in your reference program meet each other?
Exactly.
Right? They tend to keep them siloed and separate. And,
exactly.
That's going to be my t-shirt, siloed and separate. And, I mean, community, obviously my community roots is coming through here, but I think it's a great opportunity to bring your lighthouse accounts or whomever it is that's being a reference together so they can learn from each other.
Exactly. That's one of the benefits of being a reference. That's one of the benefits of why they would even want to do this, is to network with others, bird of a feather kind of meeting, even if it's just online, even if you just create the Zoom or the Teams meeting or whatever networking go to webinar meeting that you create, you provide the platform, send out the invitation, let them just network. And it doesn't really need to be fully structured, just a loose networking. It doesn't have to be a heavy lift. We're not talking executive briefing for everybody. And that's not what they're there for anyway. They just want to say, hey, who's in the automotive industry and what are you doing around these kind of security issues or compliance issues? That's all. They just want to talk and learn a little bit. Another trend that I'm seeing, which is a good thing. This is a good trend.
Okay, this one gets a plus as opposed to a minus.
Exactly. This is depth and breadth of advocates within an account. I am beginning to see this more and more, which is absolutely a great thing to do. And what I mean by depth and breadth within an account of advocates, this is, you want to get the CIO, CTO, the executive level as an advocate for you. You want to get mid-management, executive management, mid-management, and lower management as from CTO down to your admin of accounts. You want to get everybody that is a meaningful advocate in that account as an advocate for you. You want to see the NPS scores coming through. You want to get them engaged. Why is this important? Because engaged customers stay longer, spend more, and the renewal is what we're all after. Excuse me. They also refer more. So you have three things there. Oh, it's another power triad. You've got the renewal, you've got the activity, and you've got the referral coming from depth and breadth inside an account. This gives you more monthly average usage. This gives gets people more engaged. They become more and more entrenched with you on multiple levels. So when someone like the CIO leaves to become CEO somewhere else, that churn is not a concern because you have depth and breadth of engagement, depth and breadth of advocates throughout the account. Does that make sense?
It makes total sense. You know, I was thinking too while you were talking is that, you know, we tend to try and find that person inside the company who can represent us. You know, it's the establish a toehold in the company. But I also, as you're talking, made me realize that it's tough to be the lonely advocate for a company, right? So it's important for, you know, if you're marketing software, hardware, whatever you're marketing, is to have as many internal advocates at these companies, which you can obviously, to your point, track at the advocate level. And so anyway, you know, if Scott Wilder is working at, you know, Microsoft, you don't want him to be the only advocate inside that company for you. You want to get
Exactly.
as many as you want. So
Yeah, I want to help you with your career, Scott, and I want you to eventually leave. But I also want to make sure I have other people on your team that are also advocates for me. And plus, when you have a reference program, when someone wants to talk to somebody, it's nice to have the different levels. You have the person who actually worked on the implementation, who has more in-depth knowledge of how the integrations actually happened versus the executive champion, the business champion. You want to put power to power on a reference call. You don't want to have the disparity of levels where, well, I only have the CIO available and he really doesn't have the background knowledge. So I'm going to have to, you know, put a improvada um, project manager, provide that kind of information for you. Well, that's not what your reference really wants. They want to hear from the client who did that integration. And so that's why you must have those different levels.
yep, no, exactly. Any more trends? Do you have a chance to, is any trend top of mind? One more, good, bad, ugly, that you'd want to share?
Um,
It-
not well. There are a lot of sole providers out there, and what I mean by provider, I mean customer advocacy team members. They're a team of one, and I'm seeing um, a lot of customer advocacy teams of one looking for automation. They're looking for it everywhere they can get to simplify their life and their work. So when you, as a vendor, customer advocacy vendors, I'm talking to you, when you can come to the table with APIs, with integration, well, first of all, you have to come to the table meeting all the security requirements that technology needs. My CISO must approve your product. Otherwise, you're not even going to appear in my MarTech stack. You're not a viable solution for me. So first of all, make sure you are secure. Then come to the table with automation. If you're built in, then build in some APIs and make sure your API tool meets security, CISO security, because actually APIs are a big issue right now in the security industry. You need to bring to the table automation to make my work automatic, where it flags something, it checks something off, it sends me an email, a reminder. It does all of these activities, and I no longer have to do um, manual work going into this system, going into that system, going into this system. Automation is key, and it helps my life.
Automation is key and it helps my life. I'm going to quote you on that.
All right.
So I want to be sensitive to everybody's time here. So just a few more quick things. Is there anything I haven't asked you that you thought about while we were talking today?
No, I think we've covered the big points that we wanted to discuss.
Okay. And then one question I like to ask in all these discussions is, if you had your choice of one person or one book or one website to learn from, who or what would that be? Who would you go to for as a source of information, a source of inspiration?
Well, a source of information is always Wikipedia for me. A source of inspiration, I usually like to go to the museums online, the
Okay.
Smithsonian's and things like that. For my industry, I go to the analysts. I'm always, if anyone knows me, I'm all about the research. And
Mhm.
please, if you are doing any research, please share it. Please, it's all about educating our industry, and any kind of data that you have on customer marketing or customer advocacy, please share it. That inspires me when someone knowledgeable shares their information, their research.
That's awesome. It's funny that you're talking about, education, inspiring the industry, something about BT, which she hasn't mentioned, but she's really contributes and gives a lot to the industry, is that if you follow her on LinkedIn, and you should follow her on LinkedIn, that's the best place to go for job postings in the industry. So, you don't have to go to, LinkedIn jobs. You don't have to go to Indeed. You don't have to go to, Glassdoor or whatever. Just go to BT's LinkedIn profile. So now I've created all these people who are going to be like lurking and looking
That's
at your
okay.
stuff.
That's okay. Actually, I have uh, a lot of HR recruiters who contact me because they see, they ask me, do you know anyone who's looking, and can you
That's great.
post this because you have such a big following in the industry? Yes, I will. And yes, I'll help you. Absolutely.
That's great. So I've just really done your public relations here and told people to find you on LinkedIn. Is there any other way that people can find you, either in person, online, or somewhere else?
No, no, try to keep it all to LinkedIn. I do some public speaking, as you well know. I was at Obsession, and I do enjoy doing different speaking gigs around the country and online. But I do like to keep all my networking inside of LinkedIn. I'm not big on leveraging lots of other different platforms.
Focus, focus, focus.
Yeah.
So, well, that's great. So, VT, I want to thank you for your time today. This has been, I've been taking lots of notes here. So if you've seen my wandering eyes, I've been learning a lot and taking a lot of notes. And then people can find you on LinkedIn. And then if people are interested in hearing your presentation, which was great at Obsession, let me know, or you can contact BT directly. So this is Scott Wilder with Barbara Thomas for Customer Led Groove, and we'll see you at the next episode. Thank you.